I
Yeah,
can't.
folks.
I can't smile.
The tape will pop off.
Hello, everybody. What are you talking about? This is real.
That's
Hello,
real. That's real.
everybody.
That's real.
Welcome to Inside the Booth. You might be wondering, why is Tabitha cross-facing this evening, if that's the term we can use. You'll know in a little bit when you meet our awesome panel this evening. You know what, Ado, I don't know about you. You're a creative person, but as a creative person myself, I tend to not fit in really well. And so tonight, I wanted to try my hardest to fit in with the guys. And
With this lineup for sure. You're
I
fitting right in
felt
right now.
this was the only way that I could really be similar to everybody else on
All inclusive. I like
all
that.
inclusive. I did also, I didn't want anybody to be jealous of the fact that I have no hair on my face. I didn't want to cause any issues there. So, but yeah, welcome to Inside the Booth, everybody. We've got something special going on this evening, and my face smells like plastic.
You look great though.
Thank you. Just call me Javier. That's what I'll go by this evening. But we have an awesome group tonight. Dan is with us this evening. He's just hiding, I think, in the background somewhere. Dan, show yourself.
Like magic.
Oh, there he is. Excellent work.
Nope. Here I am.
There he is. Yes. We couldn't go on without Dan. He was here the whole time. Can you believe it?
I was.
He was just like playing peekaboo with everybody. We do the review though, guys. It's Tuesday, the last Tuesday of the month, January 2023. It's gone. It's over. It's happened. And
my goodness, time flies. Tell you what.
Yeah, it's been pretty good though. But if you're new around these parts, we do a show called The Review, the best geek talk show on the interwebs, if we do say so ourselves. And typically talk about Star Wars, but it's inside the booth. We could talk about Limburger cheese if we really wanted to, and the controversy that comes with that stigma.
Cheese.
That's right. The bathroom trip before the show, I mean.
Well, might as well bring out the rest of the boys if it's going to be like that.
It is, especially with one of our guests that's coming up.
That's right.
Who's our first?
Right now, let's welcome our first guest. Everybody knows him. Everybody loves him. He is a captain of all things with Star Spangled Spanners, and he has a late night show. Welcome, JT Gunn. Late Night with Cap.
Hey, how's it going? I thought you were going to say spatulas.
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure where he's going with that.
I'm impressed with the beard or mustache, Tabitha.
Thank you. I did grow it myself. Can say.
Yeah. We always mourn, us bearded folks always mourn someone that shaves. I'm going to make sure we celebrate that you have grown one.
I mean, this is what I look like in the natural as a tree folk person. Tree folk, when women say they haven't shaved in a while, this is actually what they're trying to say. They just,
Yeah. I've seen some girls that don't, they let it go like that. And
no nair.
Good on you.
No nair.
No.
And so we've got. Can we talk about facial hair? We have been.
Yes, sketchy guy. We can talk about facial hair.
I mean, as an expert myself now in the field.
So the next guest. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I think it's more important we bring on.
He's so excited.
Who also has great facial hair. Go ahead, bring him on.
All right, we're gonna bring on. Everybody knows this guy. Everybody loves this guy. He has a spaceship in his basement. Both next guys do.
They both do
spaceships.
Yeah.
Yeah, they both do. But we'll talk about the one that is sitting in his spaceship right now. Welcome, Tony from Docking Bay 327. What's up, Tony?
Hello.
I just want to pause and recognize that Whitey's literally sitting backstage going, I don't know if he's pumping himself up or what.
He's probably jamming out some music.
Maybe listening to music. I don't know.
Probably.
Getting the hype. But Tony, how you doing? Thank you for coming back with us.
Glad to be here. Thank you.
Yeah. Your backdrop looking fancy and fabulous and fresh as always.
Thank you.
That's right. That's right. And he keeps adding to it, and it's like, yo, when are you
never
gonna
ending.
help me with mine?
It's really impressive. Very, very good.
Oh,
Very
yes.
cool.
For those folks that can't go to Galaxy's Edge, just get Tony's address and go to his house.
Right. Will be in the description box
that's
down
it.
below. Check it out. We should get a close up of this man's room here really quickly. You can see that even the stars are moving.
Oh, there you go.
Look at
Yeah,
that.
look at
And he's
that.
got poor Han back there. So the
Love
real
it.
story is that Han didn't die.
That's right.
He just went back home.
Yeah.
He just went.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's-
So our last guest, who is patiently sitting and jamming, and I don't know, maybe he's nervous, maybe he's pumping himself up. I think we should just go ahead and get him on
Wait,
here.
wait.
It's Whitey.
How you like my new toupee?
We got Vanilla Ice over here.
Vanilla.
You got a dead skunk on your head. What are you doing?
I don't know. I was bored. He's had me back there for
White
like
hair,
10 minutes, it felt like.
We were trying to give like the red carpet feel for you, but
Wow.
does your hair smell as funny as mine does?
It don't smell like plastic.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that looks good on you, though. I was laughing.
I think we all were. If anybody was taking me seriously, well, he was listening to Kenny G is what's sketchy, guys.
Yeah, that always gets me crazy before the show.
It reminds me of when I was in the high school. I had hair like that. It was just white.
The
So
frosted
Really?
tips.
Mhm.
Just white.
Did it? Like dyed white.
yeah, it was frosted tips. Even
You
had the beard.
skater dude.
You had your beard frosted?
No.
Oh. You said
Probably
you were
didn't even
born
have
with
a
it,
beard
so I
back
was just
then.
wondering.
I was.
You
but
said you were born with it.
I'm like Santa Claus. It shaves and then grows in 2 seconds. So gave
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, there's no getting away from that.
Well, the gang's all here. How's everybody
Whoop.
been?
Great. How you been?
Good.
Me?
Yeah, well,
Busy.
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 Yeah, busy.
Creating,
Yeah.
drawing, thinking, doing all the good stuff, reviewing stuff with Dan. And in fact, tonight, because there are going to be some topics that I am not familiar with, I have decided to bring back my handy dandy Jedi lore book, and I will be sketching
Ooh,
Jabba the Hutt. La, 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 la,
Mm.
la, la, la.
nice.
While I will be.
getting Magnum PI vibes from Tabitha. I don't know.
Well, I do
You
like
all doing
Tom Selleck. Maybe he's my inspiration.
Yeah. The big stash. They're coming
right.
back, aren't they?
I hope
They
not.
are.
My personal preference, but anyway. But
Specifically for the ladies.
yeah, exactly. For the ladies. But Dan, what are we talking about?
Hey guys,
Are
we're gonna be
fabulous
talking
people.
about some, some.
We're going to go over the movie The Woman in Red.
That's it.
Oh, see, I haven't seen it. Better start drawing now.
Yeah, well, we'll discuss a little bit of Bad Batch. We'll talk about our what we think about the Mandalorian season 3 and all the, I don't know, like all the rumors and the talk that's been going on about it and what we think, what talk we're thinking of.
I am now dreaming Whitey's Wicked Workshop. For the children! For the children with the big mustache! Yeah! For the children!
I think it's actively growing as we move forward.
No, you're not.
It is. It turned kind of into a goatee a little bit or something.
Well, you're not the only
There.
one who can grow hair at a fast pace, JJ.
Do you guys remember the movie Robin Hood Men in Tights? He says, "You got a mold." He goes, "You have a mold, sir. Wasn't your mold in the side?" He's like,
Yeah,
"I have a mold."
I have a mold. Yeah.
It's just, that's what's happening with Tabitha. It's just growing and moving.
It's good. How do you guys keep facial hair on? It's so freaking hot. My face.
This
so
has
warm.
built-in AC. So
ventilation
Yeah.
system built in.
Yeah.
Must be because that was very uncomfortable and hot.
your
Now-
face knows when it's cold and warm, so like adjust, so that way you're good.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Beard facts.
Different. Yes,
Beard
that's
facts.
it.
That's
I
right.
think you get used to it, right? Just like when you get a haircut, you kind of feel like weird.
Men don't shave.
Yeah.
No?
What?
That's only meant for women.
You don't cut your
Men
hair,
don't
Ado? It's just
I don't
always,
have
always
it, dude.
it's always
Let me tell
bald.
you, that's
up there?
yes, that's genetics.
Yeah,
Thanks to my grandfather.
I don't cut my hair at all. It literally stays this way the whole time.
Mm.
I don't have to do anything.
I
You're,
was 20.
you're Santa Claus, though.
Who?
It's perfect.
Well, him.
JT, he's Santa Claus. He shaves and boop, it's back.
Yeah. That's right.
Apparently grows back on Whitey's head.
Yeah. No, that's what fell off of here, landed on that.
I was listening to The Cure earlier. I got into it.
Flock of seagulls.
So I
wait a
dyed
minute.
my hair. Yeah, the flock of seagulls is better.
Okay.
Flock of
listen,
seagulls.
Dave,
I
out
was
of all
gonna say-
honesty,
Ding, 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 ding,
Dave.
ding, ding,
now let's be real. Dan is the one that grows hair like a chia pet. 'Cause
Yes.
He goes bald, and then within 2 days,
You're right.
Yeah. If you've been around the booth
Don't tell
long
my
enough,
secret.
you'll see the many literally the many faces of Dan.
incredible.
Yeah.
I saw a post the other day, and it was pretty
Well,
interesting.
That's funny, Dan, because
Many looks. That you
yeah,
had.
you're gonna be on my show tomorrow, so I need like Instagram pictures. So maybe I just do a bunch of pictures of you and all your different looks.
Morphine.
There you go. You could do that.
And, and
If you want me to send you some, that's fine.
Yeah, I do. I want everything. I want all the different views of Dan.
I'm like one
You
of
know,
the. You remember,
We're gonna
you
change our
remember
main
those-
topic. We're gonna change our main topic, and it's literally gonna be all the faces of Dan.
The
Nice,
faces
nice.
of
Now
Dan.
you remember those little sketch pad thingies with the magnet, and you had to like put a beard
Etch-a-
on the guy's
Etch-a-sketch?
face.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
no, yeah, the
and
little
the-
pen.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little pen with the magnet, and then you
Oh,
put the
yeah,
hair
yeah.
on the guy's face. I've
Yeah.
been told that was kind of like me sometimes.
If that was if that rug was orange, Whitey might pull off a Trump. Wrong. There we go.
Sorry, I can't do Trump. All right.
Right.
No, listen, everybody. He's
Dan's
always got that.
awesome New York accent turned into some kind of like I don't know, it was like Puerto Rican or something. I'm not sure.
I don't know
Puerto
what
Rican
it was.
Trump.
I'm not sure what he was doing. And this-
I can't
don't
do
know.
accents too.
Instead of a
Sorry,
red
everybody.
tie, it's very pink.
With little dots hanging off the heads, dangling.
Well, guys, we're here to talk about Star Wars. So far, we've not done a good job about
That
that.
was doing
20 minutes into the show. And
Tell you what we'll do. The Bad Batch. Enlighten me. I
Yes.
don't know what it's about.
Yeah.
Is it worth watching? Why do people seem to love it, especially as adults? Go.
I haven't seen it either.
Okay.
See, Dan invites me to these shows, and he doesn't tell me what we're going to
That's
talk
okay,
about.
JT.
So I
No,
have no
I didn't
idea.
tell anybody. I didn't tell anybody.
did
what was
anybody
up.
watch The Bad Batch?
I
You should
have,
change this
yes.
to the
Oh, okay.
yeah. You should change this to inside the booth roulette, and we just see
Yeah.
what happens.
Spin.
Go ahead, JT. You go first.
All I know is it's a cartoon on Disney Plus, and the animation looks pretty cool.
I was going to say, as a graphic designer, JT, just from your creative perspective, what do you think of the animation style?
From what I've seen, it doesn't look like the style
Wars.
from Clone Wars, but it does it has its own little look, right? So
Mhm.
It's kind of blocky.
I appreciate it. Yeah, it's a they're doing a lot of crazy stuff, like with some of the cartoons out there. Like they're all different. And you
Mhm.
get shows like Velma, or you get shows like that are very artistic, and then you have shows like what's the one with the kid? He's wearing like the rabbit head. What is it? Like he has like a rabbit hoodie. Can't remember, but that style was real popular. Adventure Time. Have you seen Adventure
Oh,
Time?
I've never
Oh, yeah,
seen.
yeah.
I've not seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Little
so everybody
bit
was
of
trying to do that style with like some of those styles like there, and then I like this style. I think it looks pretty slick. I have not seen the show, so
What
unfortunately, I
has
can't talk
kept
about
you from watching the show?
it. Subscription to Disney Plus.
Mine would be a
That'll
lack of
do it.
interest, but Why do you guys watch this show? Besides it being Star Wars, is there anything else that compels you to watch The Bad Batch?
Just the storyline. It's really good.
What's it about?
Well, with when it first started, the first season, obviously you had the Order 66, right? Kill everybody, and that
you kind of had to know a little bit about the Clone Wars too.
Yeah,
yeah, and this is a big spoiler.
Yeah,
what you're going to talk about right now?
Well, we're talking
spoilers,
about
everybody.
Spoilers, everybody.
Big spoiler.
JT,
Right, so
sorry,
ahead,
spoilers.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Right.
You can spoil away.
And graphically, what JT said, it has its own flair to it. It's different. It's unique. But it kind of lands in, to me, now that like the tone for Star Wars has been everything brown and orange, everything. Mm-hmm. So like, even even Obi-Wan, everything's brown and orange. So each movie, each cartoon, they go through phases. Then before a couple of years ago, it was the dark blues, the oranges, right? Yeah, and a little bit of a tint of a purple. But now they've gone into the shade of browns and oranges and all that. So but it still looks good. Yeah, it still looks good.
From some of the images I've seen, it's very gritty. Also, right? A lot of it.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that before until you guys said that.
Is this a cartoon meant for like kids, adults, or family?
Yes.
Probably.
Yeah, it could go in any direction.
Everything.
Well, when I say adults, what I mean is it like an adult cartoon? Like there are differences between adult cartoons and children's cartoons with sometimes the jokes or the humor and stuff. So I wasn't sure. Is this like a family kind of cartoon?
Yeah, it is. I mean, there's some darker tones to some of the storylines, but it's not. They don't go over the top with it. It's not Andor, so it's just following these 4 or 5 guys from, like Ado said, from Order 66. They were all enhanced clones, so their chips didn't work, so they didn't know what Order 66 was, and so they're kind of off doing their own thing, and then they pick up another enhanced clone, the female, the sister of Boba, really.
Omega.
Right. Yeah, her name is Omega.
Omega. I heard there's a lot of controversy about that with having a
voice,
having a female
because
clone.
they changed her chromosomes, I guess, or something. I don't know how, but
we'll find out someday, I guess.
That's interesting. That's interesting because when you because you in the prequels, all the clones are male, right, and they're all off of one person. And where would you get the chromosome from to make it sure that's the same person? Because
technically it can't be a clone if it's a different.
Yeah, and if you want it to be the same like prototype, they picked that person for a reason to clone. Why? It just opens so many Pandora box of questions. Probably can't be answered.
It does.
And that's probably what they like about it.
I don't think they made it. Yeah, I don't think they made it so you had to think too much into it.
Really?
Just like Dave's toupee.
Yeah, it's just there for show.
Think about
it.
Because Star Wars fans can get pretty nitpicky. I didn't know anything about the lore of it all, but I really enjoyed episode 1. And then as I got older and I heard people didn't like it, I was like, why didn't people like it? Aside from like Jar Jar and stuff like that, they were saying because they changed the fact that the Force controls everything, of course. Is that the midichlorian issue? Like a lot of people didn't like the midichlorian thing with Anakin because it limited who could really be a Jedi, is what I understood. And so I was just wondering, with this female clone, does that cause any problems for you guys as Star Wars fans?
No. No.
Didn't even think about it, really.
There's bigger problems that Star Wars is doing that makes me
right.
There is.
I try not to think too deep about what they do, with
Right,
the
it's
shows
sci-fi.
because I'm trying to get away from the politics. I'm trying to get away from the agendas. I'm trying to just enjoy it for what it is. And to me,
It looks like a cool
that
show.
show is all about. It's more of like a military show in my mind. They go on these missions to do stuff, and
they're almost like a spec ops unit.
Yeah, like an A team,
like an A team
type thing.
Okay. Well, that's refreshing. That's
Who's
refreshing.
Mr. T?
Yeah.
Yeah, the big guy.
They'll be Wrecker.
Yeah.
Wrecker.
Well, with a name like that, you have to be, right?
Yeah. Little bit dumb, but has all muscle,
Mrs. Ada.
Yeah.
Hey, Barb, what's up? Mrs. Ada.
She doesn't have a beard.
Mrs. Ada.
Well, maybe she does. She just shaved.
Tabitha might have started a trend. She might have started a trend.
Well,
It's the
they
new
also
thing.
say that couples that stay married for long periods of time, they start resembling one another. So either
They grow beards.
Ada's going to start losing this, or she's going to.
Oh, don't do that to me.
Ada's like, this is all I have.
That's all I got. That's all I got. Trying to keep it.
Maybe if you go like this, it will come out through the.
Oh right, start training. It to go this
Push it
way.
in. Push
Comb
it
it
up.
over. Just comb it over.
Come over. Come over here.
Or towards the back, like kind of like a Twi'lek thing going on. With
Maybe
That would be kind of cool.
There you go.
No.
You never know.
I always wanted to bring mutton chops back. I thought mutton chops would be fun to bring back.
Good gravy.
I was gonna
The big
do
pork
Wolverine
chops.
mutton
Is that what you're talking about?
Oh my goodness.
I was gonna shave today and do the Wolverine mutton chops, but I did not.
There are very
to it.
few men that can pull that off. Very few.
Dan's
And-
one of them, I think. Right?
I think so.
I was gonna say if you're Alan Rickman, then yeah, but don't know.
I even pulled off when I was in my early 20s. I pulled off the Elvis sideburns.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some little girl said to her mother, "Look, it's Elvis." And I was like, "Oh my goodness, she recognized it."
Dan, if you have a picture, be
thought
sure
it
to
was-
send it to JT over there.
I will. I'll send him all my
Yeah.
stuff.
So,
That's
how many
Please make sure you're
seasons?
clothed.
Yeah. Well, that adds to the
I will send
controversy.
you my naughty stuff. What are you talking about?
Oh my goodness.
Tabitha's desperately trying to keep us on track here.
I'm working. I'm trying to draw. I'm trying to listen.
you to
Trying to
play the
talk.
Don't draw on your lips.
I'll do what I want to.
Stay on target.
But how many?
Stay on target.
How many seasons?
Yeah, 2. Okay, so it's not like it's been around for that long. Okay.
What, Bad Batch?
Mhm.
Yeah. I think January 4th was the seasons 2 starting.
So what shows is the Bad Batch in between? Like, and is it required watching to help understand any of the other shows that Disney has made?
Well, they're working to tie the story in. I mean, there's already been
Yeah.
a couple of different things alluding to cloning, which ties
Yeah.
to the Mandalorian as well as
Mhm.
the
Andor.
and then Andor and the the sequels. But it's right after Order 66, so it's at the end of Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Timeline there.
That was my favorite of the prequels.
Me too.
I feel like it was rushed.
It
Well,
was
his
rushed.
turn to the dark side felt rushed to me.
Yeah, it was really.
They
rushed.
would have ditched 1 and then expanded 2 and
Yeah.
3.
Excuse you.
They should have. They probably would have been.
No, if they would have just maybe ditched episode 2, which I know that's like a big hit for all the clones, but like, come on. I was telling Tyler the Redbeard on his show earlier, I'm like, episode 2 was just pretty much about a hormonal teenager chasing after a senator who should have known better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It
it.
happens, though.
Hashtag
You
not
can't
my
run from
Vader.
love, Tabitha.
Okay.
We've all
Not
been
from
there.
Love.
I just can't stand
robbed the
Anakin
cradle.
in episode 2.
Yeah.
I cannot
I had
stand
a crush
Star
on a
Wars-
teacher once.
Yeah, Star Wars pedophilia right
go.
there.
Yeah.
That's great.
Well, it wasn't pedophilia because
Cougar.
they technically were both of age, weren't they? So,
No, she was older than him.
well, but that doesn't mean he wasn't of age.
Yeah. But
How old
you
was
know
he?
how
Wasn't he about 18 or 19?
He was 10.
Nah, he's about like 17 years old. She's
He was
like
10 at
20
she was
something.
24 or
10.
something.
He was 10 in the first one.
Yeah.
Show
She was
art
9
to-
and he was 9 and she was 14.
Remember, they're in space,
Yeah.
so like on one planet he could be
It's
20
true.
years old, and then go to another one, and she could be like
Ooh,
80 by the time he
JT
gets back.
throwing down some science facts.
Hey, listen. The reality is that Luke kissed his sister, so you know.
right?
But to be fair, didn't know it was a sister.
And to be
Yeah.
fair, Lucas
doesn't
didn't even
matter.
know that he was going to do that.
That's true. And the creator didn't even know.
Really?
Yeah, there's a little fun fact that I heard. I think I heard it on Salty Nerd podcast where George Lucas was like, he wasn't sure what to do with Leia, and they were going to introduce a whole new his actual sister in Return of the Jedi, and they had no idea like what was gonna. They were like, okay, we're gonna do this sister, and okay, then they had to think about it. And they're like, wait, we have to introduce a new character and make her a lady. To have all this backstory, why don't we just make it Leia in Return of the Jedi?
Ah, which
When
adds to the wow factor when
never
the
heard of
grand
that.
reveal comes. That
Mhm.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Very
I mean-
interesting.
I do know that Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher didn't know that their characters were siblings until
Yeah,
later
it
on.
was. Yeah, it's something they did like during the writing of Return of the Jedi.
I did read today that Princess Leia's hair was inspired by women of the Mexican Revolution. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I did know that one.
They had cinnamons.
He did. Yeah, he did.
Cinnamons.
Oh my goodness. Well,
That's cool.
Dan, take over. I did my part.
Okay.
Again, he doesn't know what's going on because he didn't tell me anything.
Tony, we haven't heard a word, a peep from you. What did you think? What do you think?
Who are you talking to?
Tony.
Oh.
Tony.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. What?
I said we haven't heard a peep from you.
Where am I?
There was some
He's
interference.
He's flying, he can't hear us too well.
I have some cricket sound effects we can do.
There you
for
go.
that again.
really think, Tony?
No, oh my God, Dave. You're killing me. I missed you guys. It's funny. No, I like it. It's the second season's kind of funky.
Mhm.
It doesn't really feel connected. It's like a bunch of standalone
Like fillers, ain't?
It really feels that way. Yeah. I don't. The best one was with what's his face, where they focused on oh my God, Crosshair. Yeah.
Crosshair.
Yeah, and his story and brought in
I
Cody. I
want
thought
to
that
know
was
what's
good.
going to happen to him. That's my question. Is he gonna go back with the other guys, or is he gonna stay, kind of the bad guy?
Yeah, I
Well,
wonder
me and a buddy were actually talking about this the other day because we geek out about Star Wars, everything all the time. But the way that that's Crosshair's uniform is turning more gray and dark. Like it's almost resembling those Death Troopers from Rogue One and now of course from
Those are
part of
cool.
Andor.
Yeah.
And so, the thought might be, is he going to be like the first, of that group, of specific Death Troopers. So I don't know.
It
Right.
seemed to
That'd be
me,
a good theory.
like on that note, that they're making him look like nobody likes him. You know what I mean? The past couple
Well,
episodes.
yeah, he sat
they're
down
like,
at
they
the.
won't sit down with.
Yeah.
They leave.
Mhm.
They're making him out to be like a bad guy. So is he gonna want to maybe find his friends again because nobody likes him?
maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, here he is committed
Right.
to the Empire, and yet they obviously don't care about
Yeah,
him.
they all
They
hate
won't.
him.
They
right,
won't.
and
Even
he's
the
starting to see things. Yeah, he's starting to
Yeah.
see
Even
things
his
of what
commander
they're,
is like being a bastard
Yeah.
to him. Like,
Yeah, he
yeah,
won't-
whatever. Follow
he won't-
orders.
and he won't
you know?
call him by Crosshair. He calls him by his number.
Yeah.
Right?
yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. It's interesting. It's just, again,
A lot of questions.
the
There are.
the coolest thought that I had, or that they revealed last season was that Omega is actually older than all of them. That she was around when they were created.
Okay.
Because the clones have a
they have a speed up process in their whatever. So they grow faster.
Right.
So if she's a clone, Omega, would that make the stormtrooper that was all silver from the sequels also a clone of her? Was she a clone?
You mean Phasma?
Yeah.
Oh.
Was she a clone? Or was she just like a random kid they picked up?
Maybe Phasma is Omega.
Well, there's speculation that she's actually...
Yes! Yes!
Nice. JT, how do you do that? Do you have one of those little boards that has the little buttons on it?
Yeah, I got like a little...
Nice.
That was beautiful, man.
That was perfect.
You don't have a flock of seagulls on there, do you?
Give me 30 minutes, maybe.
I'll be right back.
There was speculation that Phasma may have been Sindel from the Ewok Adventures.
Oh, I love that movie show. I forgot about her.
A lot of people kind of rejected that theory, but it was like, well, why not? Because everything in Star Wars is connected. You know,
was that the little girl?
Mm-hmm.
The
universe is only so big in Star Wars, so everybody has to connect in some way.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about it. Yeah, I used to love that show as a kid.
You know, I don't want to necessarily derail this conversation, but
why not, Tony?
One thing that I really love about Andor is it feels very disconnected from everything else. Although it's still, they give you enough to know that you're in the Star Wars universe, but it's, you know what I mean? It is
very different.
Yeah, we got bricks and AKs now, baby.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they make you really like care what happens about him? Because he doesn't make it.
It's still interesting to me. I think it's a great storyline. Yeah.
And right there, what you said, great storyline. I think they put more money into the storyline than they did the props, and that's why we got AKs and bricks. But it don't matter. I'd rather a good storyline and crappy props. You know,
hey,
give me a storyline.
I mean, that's real Star Wars if you think about it.
Yeah,
they probably bought him at the border, and
All right. Well, since we're talking about Andor, everybody, tell me what happens because I couldn't get past season 6.
Of Andor?
I couldn't do it.
You mean episode 6?
You mean?
Dan's got access to the secret seasons of Andor, guys. He knows, guys.
Wow.
I didn't get past.
He's got connections up there.
Thank you, JT.
He's the law.
That's right. Thank you, JT.
I did like Mon Mothma's character, to be honest. I thought she was a very interesting woman. You know, people were trying to infuse the politics into the show and whatever. I don't care about that. I was just looking at it for what I could see. And I found her to be a very compelling character. I don't know if she turned out to be horrible later on. I only watched a couple of episodes. But
really? You haven't watched them all?
No, Andor, it's not a bad show, but it doesn't really interest me. For me, it's too different. It's a little too different from Star Wars. For me, it's a little too disconnected from what I like about Star Wars. I got very different sci-fi, like a lot of people said, Blade Runner vibes from this rather than Star Wars. Which, I mean, you know, when you get different creators trying to put their own spin on George Lucas's creation, naturally, it's going to have a different vibe to it altogether, of course. Right. So it just
I heard that too.
My cup of tea.
There wasn't a whole lot of Star Wars in it. It was peppered in there, but it wasn't like you would see on a Bad Batch.
Right.
I like that about it. I
mean, if you think about it, Rogue One was kind of that way.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I did like Rogue One.
You really didn't get to see like Star Wars until like the end.
To me, it reminded me all of Star Wars, but just like the darker side, like the original trilogy to me.
The darker side.
Because the first 3 were like, fa la 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 la, we're in love, the first 3.
Yeah.
I mean, I like
Can you do that again?
The fa la 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 la.
Wait, one more time for the people in the back.
But they're not like the first 3 were the love story, but they weren't like dark and awesome. And I think it has to do with what you grew up with, maybe.
Yeah.
But the
What
last
you're
3
used
were.
to. Everybody has their own Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
But I'm with you, Dave. I try and stay out of the, really picking it all apart.
Yeah. I'll take it all I could get.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, agree.
Every day.
Do you and you can be honest, do you feel that at some moment though they're gonna need to like just take a break and let the dust settle and because it might get too saturated?
I hope not.
No, I don't think so.
No, the Star Wars fan base they eat it up. We eat it up. I mean, the more you give us, the more
terrible.
we take it. Yeah, we take it.
Yeah.
So
even when it's not the greatest. I mean, Obi-Wan, we wanted that show for years. We finally got it.
I'm a purist. I literally like only the originals and some of the prequels, but that's what I thought. Like I always thought it was very special because you only got 3 movies every so often.
Right.
Yeah.
And now you're getting 3 shows almost every year.
Well, if you really look at it, JC, if you look at it when you talk about being a purist, you're absolutely right. Most of all of us that grew up with the original, right? That's what we are gravitated to. That's our love for Star Wars. Everything else is just an add-on.
Filler.
It's a filler for what we already feel connected to the original stuff.
Yeah.
That's where our passion and our love is. When we see the Millennium Falcon, we're in love with it because we know it from the original.
We want that feeling again, and we're waiting for it.
I literally cannot take you serious with that on your head.
What do you mean?
No, that makes sense. I totally understand that. It's just I felt that way with Marvel too. It's like, okay, you guys are literally just soaking the sponge here, and and they weren't releasing the pressure. So,
well, I mean, it's kind of like what Whitey was saying. It would rather have bad props and good storyline, and like JT's saying, like with Marvel, it's really sad with what they're doing with a lot of the characters and the storylines, and it's just like, so they have beautiful props but terrible stories, and
or they're changing the characters for whatever reason.
Right.
When the character they had before was better, it was masculine. Was good. Or either way, it don't have to be mad. It's just what was wrong with that character in the comic books.
Right.
In my opinion, the first Iron Man is.
Oh yeah. You wouldn't have what you have today without that movie.
Right.
Right.
Agree.
I don't know if Disney would say that, but
well, it is a business, and maybe they are milking Star Wars, knowing that all of us watch it.
Yeah, but the cow will dry up sooner or later.
Oh, because streams like this, they know that there are people that will watch.
No, because every generation grows up with whatever they saw during their time, and that's what they fall in love with. Yeah. The purists, us that were the old fogies, we know the original, but all the new stuff to them, it's like, wow, this is amazing. So that love continues to grow in its own weird way. So I think every time they come out with somebody, the younger generation is in love with that specific one, and it'll continue.
So what happens with that generation that you think of is like, I don't want anything to do with it. What are they going to do then?
Well, if that ever happens, then they're.
You mean like the millennials? Yeah.
It's kind of like westerns, right? Like westerns from the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. That was like all that was everything was westerns.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, people stopped.
Nothing. Yeah. No.
I think that's going to happen to superhero movies first before Star Wars. Yeah. But eventually, it's going to happen.
I think so.
Yeah. If you look how film is made, it goes in cycles.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It just everything changes. Then you had a period, it was all Pirates of the Caribbean. Everybody wanted to be, everything was pirates.
Or musicals, right?
Or musicals
were hit.
Yeah. So it all, then it goes into the horror flicks and stuff like that.
Then it's zombies.
And it just spins right back around into sci-fi. If you look at the original sci-fi, man, that was some corny stuff.
Yeah.
You know, the monsters with hot dogs coming out. Yeah, it was ridiculous. You know, and you
Star
look
Wars
at it,
does seem a little timeless, though, right? It does seem like
it can be.
James was just saying this on the show the other day that like even C-3PO and R2-D2 still look cool. They're not.
Yeah,
corny.
I'm not saying they don't. There might be a time where
it might catch up, right?
We're all in our 80s at homes talking about this. And
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it just can be either like the saying goes,
on.
there's too much of a good thing, and then it's not special anymore, is how I view it personally.
Right.
I think it would be different, like JT said, if they would space it out more. Like if we weren't getting something once, twice every year. He probably had to change outfits or something.
I don't know what happened.
Hey,
No, I was trying to make a point, and I knew Whitey was going to interrupt me. So
if you needed to use the head, just let us know.
I got a bucket right here.
As long as we don't hear the. You know?
Yeah. Right.
That wasn't me.
I like it.
Poor Tabitha.
You know, one of the things that I love, and I'm a purist as well, right, from the originals. Saw the first one when I was about 5 years old at the drive-in. But
Me too.
You know, I saw a funny meme recently where it was like these blocks, and there was this little bitty block on the bottom that could barely hold anything. There was all this stuff on top of it, and it was pointing to the little block, and it said some creative person in the 70s that thought it looked cool. Mm-hmm. And if you watch the Light and Magic special on Disney Plus, there's another documentary as well, but the way that Industrial Light and Magic, was created, there was a handful of guys doing all the design work for the original Star Wars movies. There was very little outside influence. There was some, right? But Ralph McQuarrie, I mean, he created the look of Star Wars,
Right.
So, and even the guys building the ships and all of that, like, and the costumes, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, you're right.
It's pretty incredible, really, that it's that still this loved, and popular all these years later from.
Let me ask this question. This could be a very, some people don't like this question.
Okay.
Do you feel like they eventually will reboot or redo the first three? The
first three? I hope not.
No.
I would tell them.
Blasphemy!
I think they will.
Blasphemy!
Well, even when George Lucas went back and redigitized some of it, and added in Jabba the Hutt in the New Hope movie.
So silly.
Yeah.
But but again, it's his thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Right,
not anymore
yeah.
because he sold it to Disney, but
Right.
he did come up with the whole thing. So
Because they could legacy it and make a new one.
Exactly.
When they put in the new Anakin,
Yeah,
is
they could.
the only time they overdid it for me on the.
The new Anakin. Oh, you mean at the end of
The
Force
ghost.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
that was a
was
little silly.
Like
That was-
Yeah, I didn't like that, but the rest was
I've got-
okay.
I've got the VHSs, so if I need a
Yeah.
make sure
Yeah,
to
me
watch
too.
it.
a palate cleanser.
Yeah, I got the VHS too. Yep.
Yeah, that was I thought that was kind of silly as well because he was the only one that didn't age. And you're like, what? Like,
Yeah.
he's still alive.
Nah,
yeah, right. When he died, he didn't
it
age.
was
Yeah.
dumb.
So dumb.
And
Oh,
then
George
people try to
Lucas
explain it like, oh, he died. Anakin died when he became
Right.
Vader. I'm like, no, he didn't because he changed.
Right. It's
Luke took off the
metaphorical,
helmet.
not
Yeah.
physiological.
He was still the same
Yeah.
person. He was just confused. Like when Luke took
Yeah.
off the helmet, he was Anakin. He was like, oh my gosh, what did I have done?
Exactly.
so-
He
Yeah,
died
exactly.
as Anakin, dressed up as Darth
Yeah.
Vader.
I just want to make sure, if
Correct.
Dave has a Force ghost, that he has that on his head.
I hope so.
Yeah.
He's got to force push that thing off.
For the children.
Here, do that again. Like get real far back and come back in.
I'm coming to get you.
Hold on, honey. Men at work.
Oh man! Somebody just said the other day it was a meme, and they showed a picture of the cantina where there's no droids here. But if you think about the timeline of the movies, where they just got done having the droid battle scene, you know what I mean? Yep. I thought that was kind of cool. I thought it was because there's nothing crazy like a drunk droid. You know what I mean? You seen that how the K2SO could shoot in Rogue One? Imagine if he was drunk running around. Oh, look out!
Futurama, right?
Of course.
Of course. Okay.
Instead of lube, you have
Bender.
alcohol in there.
Bender, yeah.
All right.
Futurama. That
Probably
droid would be
sealed.
awesome.
Well, all right.
Yeah.
Then that being said, what do you guys think of the new Mandalorian trailer for season 3? And what are your thoughts on the show? What do you think it's going to be
Are
about?
you guys excited?
It's gonna be about Mandalorians.
Nah, I doubt it's
A
Baby
bunch of them.
Grogu show episode or season 3.
I really hope that they
How
go into the
how-
origins of the Mandalorian. It looks like,
Okay.
according to the trailer, they're going back to the planet.
Mandalore.
They're
yeah.
gonna find out what's up. He wants to
Maybe
get his
some-
sins cleared from taking his
flashbacks
helmet
and
off. And it looks like he's teaching Baby Yoda how to become a little
How does he
baby
get him back?
Mandalorian.
I thought he dropped him off.
Yeah, but he came back in the X-wing. You remember?
Mhm.
And Boba
Yeah.
Fett.
Okay.
Have you
Yeah,
not
he
seen
picked them
that,
up.
JT?
Yeah.
You
No.
remember?
Again, I don't have. Yeah, the only time I
Bubba
know what's going on
Mandalore,
is listening to Inside the Booth. That's literally.
There you go.
We are his number one
Good
source,
source
of
of
information.
information. Yeah.
Yeah, they're cheap too.
Yeah.
That was good.
Nice.
Oh man.
Yeah, I think they'll take it back to the original. The first Mandalorians.
Are they going to bring back Gina? Is she going to come back?
No.
I
No.
hope
I
so.
think I heard they recast her.
Oh, really?
What do you guys think about that? for being
Recasting her.
If
I
it
don't
is.
think so because I don't know that
That's
she
what I
was
heard.
necessarily like Cara Dune was not really supposed to continue in The Mandalorian because originally Gina Carano was supposed to get her own spin-off show. So I don't even know if they're going to introduce Cara Dune into the show because she wasn't supposed to continue on anyway.
Did they
Right. But
take care of her
I've heard
character, like
might recast
kill her?
Yeah, they
Well, I
didn't
mean,
do
if
nothing
there's-
like
No,
that.
they didn't
but-
Well, but they didn't have to because I mean they had parted ways long before, so this could just be another reoccurrence where they just parted separate ways. I mean,
Yeah,
she's
but
a marshal.
was-
She's a marshal now. She has responsibilities on that planet, so she doesn't have to travel with him because he has his own responsibilities to take care of.
But it
Well,
looks
they
like
do show
Mando
him
keeps on
at
coming
that
back to
planet,
that
though.
same planet, though.
Yeah.
So you'd think she would be there,
Right.
right?
Yeah, I mean, there's an article right here, January 21st.
Right.
Recast could be on the horizon.
But they say stuff like that to bait because they know that a lot of the fans are
Yeah.
divided on that topic. So
Right.
it gets
Yeah.
people talking about
know-
the Mandalorian again because all news
Yeah.
is good news, basically, or no has it go with press and everything like that. There's no such thing as bad press.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
There you go. Yeah.
I'm gonna start a rumor about Dan. Let's see how
You know,
it
I
goes.
thought that's why Tabitha wasn't on for the last couple of months. You know, we did pre-recorded stuff.
Oh,
She's taken over that role.
she's a new. Okay.
I'm not buff enough, guys. I'd have to gain.
She
like
had secrets. Now they're
60
out.
pounds.
they make CGI muscles now.
Yeah, I would go all in. I would have to do the work.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
that's it.
rely on the computer. You know, just couldn't do that. Purist over here. No.
That's how Dave is.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. He
From-
grew that.
what's
hair.
that? Yeah, I'm all out, man. I'm all out.
You
I
work
had
your
one
biceps.
left.
You work out your biceps, man.
I'm
You're picking up one bottle, the other bottle. See, massive biceps. I'm doing.
I run so far away.
So, I did see the trailer. I thought it looked pretty cool.
I will say it does look really cool. As much as I'm losing faith in Disney Star
it
Wars,
does
I
look
will say that Mandalorian to me looks really, really good.
Could this be the last season?
No.
I
Well,
don't know.
what's his
Maybe.
name is playing
Could
is
be. We
playing on
don't know.
Last of Us, so that's what I was wondering. Like,
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
dual jobs,
yeah.
but it could be that it won't go much further, depending on how far into the storyline they go with tying it to the sequels.
Even if it wasn't
And maybe
planned,
he
though,
won't
this
take
is
his
like their
helmet off
mothership
anymore.
right now. It's the
Right.
mothership of the Star Wars stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Boba
Oh, yeah,
Fett was a
Grogu-
flop.
Grogu
They
is
brought
making so
Mando
much
in
money.
to help that.
Yeah.
Did they bring
Well, did they get-
Mando in for not Skywalker, Kenobi?
Obi-Wan.
Yeah, they didn't bring Mando in to fix.
Kenobi.
That was a few years too.
No.
too
They should have.
Right, they should have just a random appearance of the Mandalorian walking in the background.
But it could happen. It could
Yeah.
happen for sure.
I hear they're doing. They're bringing him. He's in the parks now. You can.
Yeah,
In California.
What, Mando?
Nice.
and they brought Grogu in there too.
Yeah, I heard
Nice.
that.
Cool.
Like they did an Ahsoka day, I think, at Walt Disney World the other day.
Oh yeah.
They had all these people.
Oh,
They had
nice.
all these people dressed up as Ahsoka out there, and I think Tom was there. The Rogue
I
Attraction.
was there.
You were saying you were there? Okay.
Yeah, I was there this
Oh,
past
were you
weekend.
too?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they
Oh,
there
nice.
was some meet and greet, right? There was some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
We had a bunch of Twilights, and
cool.
then you had Ahsoka. Everybody dressed up as Ahsoka, and there's like
Did you?
tons. No,
Yes, he did. In
I don't-
fact,
I
he
don't look
parted
good
his
in orange.
beard and then painted
could
it
see
blue
it.
stripes to look like.
I could see it.
you can see it. Yeah, I wear my little tight, brown spandex, and
There you go.
no.
Get a
Hey,
fit tan.
Dan, you got a question down there?
I see that. On a side note, have you guys seen the Razor Crest Lego set? It's freaking huge.
Oh yeah.
I have not
Really?
seen that, the Razor Crest.
Yeah.
So you could act just like the episode and just throw it on the floor when you're done. Boom!
Yeah, there you go. It blows right up.
Now, when does
was,
Ahsoka come out?
I liked.
Oh, sorry, Dan.
Yeah.
I
don't
think
know.
this year,
It's
the
fine.
end of this year, maybe.
Okay, that might be right because everyone enjoyed her from the Clone Wars and
Well, they're
that
changing the
cartoon.
lore again, and so again, it's got one of those things that's got some of the fans divided because Ahsoka is really cool,
I am.
but
Yeah.
because they're cherry picking from the EU, so that everything fits in with the sequels, because they're going to try to introduce Grand Admiral Thrawn, and there's just like this
Oh,
whole
okay.
mess of issues going
Cherry
on.
picking from Europe.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. What about Luke's wife?
Yeah, she's non-existent apparently, Mara Jade. Yeah, and that's what got me so upset about the sequel trilogy was the fact that when you find out that Kylo Ren's name is Ben, and I'm like, for real? I look at my brother, I'm like, no stinking way. That's Luke's son.
Yeah.
But he should be Jason. But I'm not bitter.
Yeah. Like you would think they wanted like a strong female character, right? It was one right there.
Yeah, but she gave up her career to be a wife and a mom, so. Which everybody should if they're an assassin, I think. So just saying.
Who's that?
Mara Jade.
She did?
Oh,
She
she
did.
married Luke Skywalker. She became a Jedi, and then she had his child.
Yeah, it's actually a really cool storyline, and
Mm-hmm.
they could have used that whole thing, and
They
decided-
had everything there. I think Star Wars
Yeah.
would have been so cool if they would have.
They spit on all the.
If they would have had the Yuuzhan
Unfortunately.
Vaughn in there,
Yeah.
like alien
Yeah.
creatures, instead of more Jedi and everything, having Jedi face this unknown foe from deep space, a war against the aliens rather than against humans once more. Like, because again, it's just kind of a constant perpetual cycle of the same storyline. So the introduction of the Yuuzhan Vaughn would have been phenomenal, I think.
Of the what?
The Yuuzhan Vaughn. That's
Have you read any of the extended universe, Dave?
I read the ones where Leia had the twins. I forget.
Yeah.
Is that the
Jaina and
there
Jaina.
was three books?
There's a lot more.
I only
Lot.
read those two.
There's like
Okay.
a lot more.
2 or 3.
Yeah,
So-
when Disney bought them, they scrapped them
Yeah.
pretty much.
But they're
That stinks.
to Tabitha, to your point though, they are picking and choosing some of that to
Mhm.
bring into canon
Right.
from all of those
Yeah.
novels and stories that were.
The EU will always be canon. Always. This is an alternate universe.
The books. If you read the books, you match it to the movie. They really don't match because like Chewbacca. In order to kill Chewbacca, they had to drop a planet on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, and that should have happened. Yeah.
Yeah, didn't happen. And his weapon is the strongest one in the entire galaxy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You
it
know.
is.
Which I guess is why Han made that comment. You know, they had to make that comment in the
Yeah.
sequels. He's like, dang, I should have been using this gun the whole time.
Yeah, I like this thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the noisy cricket from MIB. You know,
Yeah.
like a little bit, but it blasts everybody.
What is
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. There was some really cool things they could have used. But
Well,
they
yeah, you've
decided
got
to use
the-
something different.
You've got the battle between Jaina and Jason, where the one goes to the dark side and the other does not. So you've got this
Mhm.
drama with the twins going on. I mean, Anakin
Yeah.
ends up dying, like risking his life to save. I forget
Yeah.
what it was, and
They could have done that. They
They-
could have done
they-
that with Ray.
they
They could have done that.
I
They
wish
could have made them
Ray would have
twins.
went. I wish Ray would have went to the dark side. That
They
would've
could have.
been-
That would have been cool. That would have been really cool. I do honestly. It's not that I did not enjoy
And
Ray
actually,
as a
didn't do
character.
that whole love thing between.
Yeah, that was
Ray
weird.
and,
That was.
They
so
could have done the
Kylo Ren.
twins.
That was stupid
They-
and weird and awkward.
It,
Yeah,
and
they-
then-
Yeah, they
yeah.
could have been twins.
Yeah, they could have had Ray and Ben and had them twins, but they didn't. They sort of like how Luke and Leia were, but they knew
But-
each other,
Yeah.
and then they went their separate ways. I think that
Mhm.
would have been.
that
But
was-
hey, I'm not
That would
the.
have been interesting.
Don't- They don't pay me
Yeah.
to do that.
Better
so.
than what they did. They ruined
Yes,
it.
for sure. I liked
Than what
Ray's
they did.
character. It's just everybody said
They
she was Mary Sue. She was
both
good at
killed
everything, which was true. And they should have toned that down. But I think she had a lot of potential.
She did.
Mhm.
I think she had
She did.
her, like a lot of the characters that they created, except I wasn't a big Poe fan, but I really liked Finn and I really liked
Yeah,
Rey.
they did Finn dirty.
I think it would have been another option would have been so cool to have Finn and Rey on a Jedi
They did.
journey rather than the solo female. It would have been really cool to watch them both grow
Mhm.
Yeah,
on that.
Ray could have been a cool. Finn could have been a good, cool Jedi. He would have been
Mhm.
awesome. He could have
Baby
been
face ruined it all.
Yeah,
Could have been good.
baby face. Yeah,
Who's Babyface?
that's Dan.
Ryan Johnson.
Oh, it's Dan. That's what Jake-
Yeah, they call him Babyface. A lot of people have a lot of hate for that man.
So
well,
Tony, is your room a basement? Or is it like a
an
room in the
office.
house?
It's an office in the basement. Yeah.
Okay, it looks. That's just how many square feet is
It
that?
is the Millennium Falcon, JT. He's in there.
Maybe I honestly I don't know. 900 maybe 800
Okay.
900 square feet. So it's
That's
not
really cool.
it's not huge, but it's so it was easier for me to fill than say Brian Thompson or even Dave. Dave, you got what 1,500 square feet, your entire basement,
Yeah.
something like that, right? So
Wow.
but yeah,
Start
And I'm
working,
still
Dave.
going.
You got to fill
Yeah,
that up.
little by little. Cantina's next.
I was gonna say. So, what are you guys working on next, Dave? You said a cantina
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
basement.
Yeah, cantina, little bar thing. I want to have pipes and stuff, shooting water around, and maybe a little rat that goes through the pipe. I don't know.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah.
Is
cool.
everything in your basement?
What's
Little
that?
rat.
Are you built? Does everything that you build, like everything, takes place in your basement? You put it in other parts of your home.
Yeah, no, I took over the whole basement. I brought everything up out of there that doesn't belong, and I'm just doing my thing.
Cool.
But
Are you
I
married?
get sidetracked. Yeah. Yeah,
That's
I'm
why he's in
married.
the basement.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
we get along like that.
It's called compromise.
And Ado, he's got some cool gadgets as well. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'll come much later because we're eventually planning on moving from here. So then the shop will be twice the size. So
Nice.
You guys just need to get a giant warehouse and just make your own Star Wars land.
Yeah, you should all move together.
Well, that's
mall or something.
Yeah, we had talked about that, an old abandoned mall, and just turn the whole thing into a.
That would be cool. There's a lot. There's a one out here in Arizona.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Can we request laser quest
you wouldn't
or
be able
laser
to-
tag section into said mall with Star Wars theme?
That'd be fun, right?
Yes. That would be. Great. Now, we wouldn't be able to the Star Wars name, though, right? You would have to call it something else, like Universe Far Away, the
Docking Bay,
the
Galaxy
balls
Wars,
of gas burning battles, or something. Galaxy Wars,
balls of gas
of
burning.
Balls of gas burning. That sounds like that sounds like when you hear those medications on TV, and they're like, "Do you experience balls of gas burning?"
And now a break from our sponsor.
Could you
Lubriderm. Balls of fire.
Could you imagine little kids killing their mom?
And then you could clean up with baby wipes.
I wonder how my party at balls of fire burning. Oh my
gosh.
Hey, Cannoli Squatch, don't bother us or don't mind us. We're just talking about gas.
Lubriderm. All I hear in the back of Dave's head is just pitching everything. He's got.
And that's why he's my co-host.
Good stuff, man. Gotta stay hydrated.
For external use only.
And make sure you get your super duper. I'm too lubed up. I can't even open this up. Hold on.
That's what she said.
Gotta have lip balm.
I'm gonna die.
It looks like a glue stick.
Yeah, somebody gave it to me because it's actually a Power Rangers one. Like, who has Power Rangers lip balms?
Is that the story you're telling us?
Hey, no.
Buy a 3-pack.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
I actually do have a Mando lip balm too.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Wow, I suddenly feel like
That
we're all a
is
bunch of
cool,
16-year-old girls. Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me about the flavors of chapstick you guys have.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
I don't use chapstick or lip balm.
This is like a unscented one.
Oh. Mine's blueberry.
So we found
Hey,
something that
everybody.
JT and Dave have
listen
in
to
common.
this. All right, some natural human body facts. If you drink enough water, you won't need to put any of that stuff on because your moisture comes from within.
Clearly, you don't live in Arizona.
I was going to say it depends on where you live, I think.
You just don't drink enough water in Arizona. That's all.
That's right. There's a shortage.
Or something.
Great. Now I'm thirsty. Thanks, Dan.
I am thirsty and I'm all out.
Don't do that ever again.
Yeah. Well, so Ado, what kind of cool projects do you have going on? Please tell us. He can't. I'm not even looking. I'm just gonna keep drawing.
I'm blocking him on my screen.
All right, what projects I got go? I'm doing I just did a masquerade ball for Princess and the Frog for a good friend of mine. He's an archbishop. For his daughter, she's having her birthday party. I think she's turning 60 or 15 this year in July. So I did that. It looks very, very nice. I'll be putting that up on my Instagram. It's gonna be like a quick little snippet video. You get to see the before and the after real quick. I'm working on the BB-8's stand in my shop. So it's a complete stand, Star Wars-fied, whatever you want to call it, with greeblies and all that for BB-8. That video is coming out soon. And then I'm working on some panels with Kelly.
Nice.
They'll be coming out as well.
Yeah, because I'm not good enough.
Cool.
Hey, you said it, not Ado.
We got a show coming on the 23rd. Fabrics Live with James Cully.
Sweet.
Oh,
Excellent.
Yeah. Yeah. So a Fabrics Live show
And
with James.
you're still doing that, right? Because I know you had a video out that says that you were kind of
No, what we did.
doing it.
Yeah, what it
Not
was
doing
is that
it as much.
Yeah, we can't do it every
Bang.
Monday, religiously every Monday, between trying to do our fabrication videos and trying to do everything that we do, plus work. It was just way too demanding. And then, the month of October, November, and December was brutal for us. And we try to get things done. Typically, like we'll do a pre-meeting with our guests a week in advance. And we were cutting it right to the edge. So Dave, we discussed it, and we were like, it came pretty close of Fabrics Live not being anymore. But by the grace of God and His mercy, we were able to keep it going. But it's just not every Monday. So, but you'll still see us. We're going to still be announcing. It'll pop up. You're like, all right, there's a Fabrics Live. Let's go. What?
Oh, okay.
He's
So
frozen.
is that what it's going to be like? It just pops
He's
up.
just like,
Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, we'll announce it and all that, like we typically do. But it's really here and there, like maybe every other Monday or whatever.
whenever we feel like it, yo.
No, I ain't that. But it's still gonna be fun. It's still gonna be Fabrics Live, and we're gonna continue to have a blast. And once I move out of here and we end up in the new house and then the new shop gets built, that's a full all out fabrication.
Very
That's
cool.
going to be a massive undertaking.
are you continuing to have Whitey on the show?
Yeah, I'm moving there once he gets his new house. I'm moving.
Are you moving into his house?
I'm moving
Are
to
you
his
adopting
garage.
Whitey?
I've adopted and Whitey's been adopted for a long, long time. That's Uncle Dave for the kids.
Right.
They love
That's
him.
cool.
They love him. My daughter loves Dave. Thinks he's the
Aw.
coolest thing in the world. And
Because I'm crazy.
yeah,
That's one word.
Dave, I need you to,
that's what I call it.
Dave, I need you to.
All right, so
to make
Dave wants
more
to
of
show
those.
his. Yeah, Dave wants to show off his. What are those?
Yeah, these
Stick
are my
shifts?
hyperdrive, Millennium Falcon hyperdrive. On the
Okay.
bottom there.
Wait.
Yep.
There it is.
3D modeled this in Fusion 360. Comes apart. You could put it on a dowel.
Yeah, each piece, right, Dave? Each piece.
Is- So you could even take it apart and use a 3/8 piece of aluminum or rod, whatever.
You can spin honey with it.
I was going to
Coming
say.
soon to Etsy.
Excellent.
Oh, nice.
And what about
Tony,
you,
what do
Tony?
you got coming up? Yeah.
Me? Yeah. So I've been filling some gaps on my Empire themed wall, but now I'm moving kind of back to this middle section here. I want to finish the ceiling, and then I've got some really cool terrarium / diorama builds. I'm almost finished with one of them. I'm looking at it now. It turned out really great. So that'll probably be my next video. And I'm going to finish that, and then I can put the beams in that I've created into the ceiling and kind of tie it all together.
Yeah.
I'm
Very
even
cool.
considering doing some animatronics a little bit, maybe.
Ooh.
Wow.
So I don't know.
You got the toad up there, or you got what do you do? What do you got? A spider? What do you got?
I'll leave that
Spider?
as a surprise.
It's a surprise.
I got the stickers that I did for that, right? So let me know whatever you
What's
need.
that?
I did the decals for whatever one of the creatures, or both, actually, for both of them.
Okay.
So
I'll send you
some-
a message, and we'll see what we can.
I'll send you the
If you
decal.
have
I'll
it.
do
Nato's
back
got
file.
stickers for everything over
Use this
there.
stick.
Yeah, listen, I'm like JT.
Stickers.
JT and I do logos, so we do graphics, and
Logos.
Yeah.
Stickers.
Good stickers.
I still got to hook up with JT though. I still got to hook up with your brother.
Yeah, it'd be great.
That's it.
No, I want somebody to redesign my logo. FabWorks.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, FabWorks. Period.
All right. Yeah, you know where to find me. So
yeah, JT does a great job over
He
there.
does do a great job. He's done.
I try.
Awesome. He's done awesome work for a lot of people.
It seems like you do it quick too. You're like, it's like there. You just need to pull it out.
Yeah, there's a rhythm to my madness, but yeah, I try to only do it on the weekends because I do have a
Really?
full-time job. Yeah. So whenever someone comes to me with an idea, usually I ask them, okay, what colors do you want? Is there like a style that you've seen out there in the world that you enjoy, that you kind of want to mimic, right? And sometimes I do, and they tell me what they want, or they're like, I have no idea, just think of something. And so what I normally do is I'll find the person. If they have a YouTube channel, I'll watch a few videos. I'll get to know their personality. I'll try to find out if it, with what their sense of style is. And then I'll just draw it out at breakfast on like a Thursday, Friday. And then I'll try to knock them out Saturday, Sunday, or depending on life, maybe another couple of weeks or later. And yeah, they usually get a couple versions, or I'm like, no, this is yours. Like this is you. You should use this. Right. And they love it. So don't get me wrong. There's
do for your work.
I do something similar, yeah, but it's not as creative. I'm very confined to a set of rules. So yeah,
gotcha.
I don't really get to really do stuff like this too much. So it helps my creative mind. So it's pretty cool.
That's why I made all of this too. I mean, I love my day job, but it's as far as creative, it's completely different.
Yeah.
World,
Our day jobs are holding us back, yo.
I enjoy my day job. It's creative in a different way. So
same.
I'm like I'm a user interface, researcher, designer. So it's more of a, how does this work for somebody, right? So it's not really, you can't get too creative too much in that world. So
I was waiting for Whitey to be like, fight the power, man.
It does seem like what we do as a hobby, like if I were to quit my full-time job today and do my hobby, then it would be like a job again. Mm-hmm. So you got to have the sucky thing that is the job, and then you can have fun in your hobby. That's how I look at it.
Like your hobby is Lubriderm.
That's it.
Now it's time for a sponsor.
Right now.
Dave, we got to make that into a commercial.
I should.
Yeah.
Dave and Anakin at 15
I just had a
common hobbies.
Things are popping in there, man. I can't even say it.
You're JT, when you mentioned user interfaces, it reminded me I have created something pretty cool. It's not finished, but I want to show you guys this. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Absolutely, brother.
I don't know if you'll be able to hear it.
Should we go mainstream? Let's go mainstream on.
Impossible. I know this already.
Hang on.
Alone, unsure.
Oh, there you go.
Will of the enemy.
Ooh.
Freedom is a pure idea. It occurs spontaneously and without instruction. Random acts of insurrection.
So it's Nemec's manifesto, right?
Yeah.
So I recreated the animations from the show.
Oh, that's really cool.
Put leather binding around this, and of course, cover the Samsung tablet or whatever. But
Tony, did you do that in After Effects? What program did you use?
Yeah, After Effects. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm actually. That's going to be another video that's going to come out. I'll probably focus most on how I did the animation because it was fairly easy to do.
Mm-hmm.
Some built-in tools within After Effects that allow you to do it. But so.
I got a lot of those tactical HUDs on the Star Room Builders group. You can go in there. You can download all those tactical HUDs if you need them.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Mom. Is she at the diner?
No,
I noticed
right now, probably sitting on her couch or going to sleep.
One thing I noticed, Dan, you're really close to 1,000.
Yeah.
You are very close to it.
We are pretty darn close to 1,000. So I guess since you guys are
That's
bringing this
awesome.
up, I'll do like a little commercial break. Yeah, we are very close to 1,000 subscribers, and we're very close to 4,000 watch hours. Yes, Dave.
Wow, that's great.
So,
Yeah.
one thing I like to tell everybody is to keep sharing this stuff. Tell your friends to subscribe to the channel. And if you have any free time, or if you think about us here at Inside the Booth and you're like, I want to help them out today, play our videos, play a playlist, put it on mute, play it in the background, just let it run all day,
really helps.
or
Oh,
it does, or do it when you're sleeping. I've been doing that. When I go to sleep, I put it on and I let it run. And
my wife does the same thing. She'll play my videos, but on mute.
Yeah,
She didn't want to listen to that all night too. So
wait.
Right.
So that's
so
how you're getting the 4,000 watch views, by playing it all night long.
it helps, but
it
slowed
helps.
down when you do that.
It's one of those things where it does help. I've been doing that since we hit 3,500.
It doesn't work with your own though.
Yeah,
So-
it's one of the things. It doesn't put you in YouTube's algorithm, so it doesn't mean that other people are finding you. There's no
Right,
new
but
viewership.
Right, but the views can work when you put an incognito, or you do it off my TV, because it's a different IP address.
Different devices.
Right.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
you can do what I do, and I
Um,
just go to the local elderly home and just say, "Watch this, you'll like it."
Yeah, you better subscribe too. Click this button.
Captive audience there.
You know what's good for you. Subscribe.
You can sleep
You want
through
your
it.
meds,
It's okay.
Irene? You better sit down and watch this guy talk about nothing.
I'm pretty sure Dennis did that at his workplace. Yeah, you better subscribe.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and if anybody wants to support us financially, go to our website, www.insidetheboottv.com. We have a donate page. You can go to the shop page /shop and buy some merchandise. We got t-shirts, we got hoodies, we got mugs, we got a whole bunch of stuff you can buy from us. And then
Patreon.
or you can also become a Patreon member. That's right. For as little as $1 a month.
They got a lot of good stuff
and
on there.
That helps us out.
I am a member.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, me and Dave
Yes,
are.
Dave is
Yeah.
a member. That's right.
Premium
Yes,
tier.
JT is also. You're right. That's right.
It-
So that helps too. It also helps. It also helps. Like when I'm running around doing stuff and I'm looking at things, and in the past I've looked at the YouTube channel. We're down low, and it's like you get depressed a little bit, and then when somebody's like, I'll support you today, it's like it boosts your your spirits, and it's like,
Yeah.
that's really nice.
Of course.
So we
You could
enjoy
just,
it.
like-
We enjoy.
right?
That's right. That's right.
As long as you're having
And
fun,
we love
just
each.
keep having
every-
fun.
That's
Take breaks when you
right,
can.
That's right. We
Yeah.
love each and every one of you guys. Yeah. Take breaks.
Yeah.
if
I
you
mean, I
can,
like
that's
you a
right.
little bit.
And we love everybody.
She must be talking to me
no.
again.
We like everybody at least.
Well, I mean, in the word,
everybody but Whitey.
the Bible says that I have to love everybody, but it doesn't say I have to like everybody.
There you
True. That's a good thing to say
There
to
you go.
someone.
That's it.
That's right. I love you. I just
That's
don't really
right.
like you a lot. I've had family members like that.
Yeah, families especially.
And I love you. I just don't like you. And that's okay. I'm sure the feeling's mutual.
Yeah, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That's fun. So it's our little, whatever commercialing.
Very cool.
commercials.
Yes.
Well, I hope you hit 1,000 within the next month or two. You both deserve it. Even the other brother that you don't see much more anymore.
The ghost.
You
He
all
who will not
deserve
be
it.
named.
Yeah.
The ghost.
Ever since I found your channel, you've always been very entertaining, and you've never changed your demeanor, no matter how big you've grown. So I do
We try.
still appreciate it. So yeah.
I have finished my job of the
Thank you,
Hutt.
JT.
Nice.
Oh, did
Oh
you?
wow, that looks good.
He looks a little weird. He
Except you
looks like
spelled Jabba wrong.
yeah, I think so. Isn't it BBA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
After I
his,
wrote
that's his
this-
brother,
Well,
Jaba.
there you go
This
this
is-
time. Yeah, Jaba.
This is Jabba.
Jabba.
This is
Jabba.
not Jabba. It's Jabba.
Jabba. I like Jabba.
Jab.
Yeah, he's from up north. Jabba.
In fact, I'm gonna add.
Going. I did the one, Jab.
Northeast over there. Hey,
I
hey,
switched it up,
Jabba.
and I've
Jabba,
added,
how you doing over there?
I've added the apostrophe so that he can't.
Yo, you gotta use the white clam sauce, Jabba. What about the two Utes?
What's a Utes?
Jabba.
It's my cousin Jabba.
He's from Jersey. Jersey Jabba.
It could be played by
Whitey.
yeah.
Way too
Oh man.
Well,
guys.
did we
Oh,
cover
so
all of our
fun.
topics, Dan?
I think we're good.
We were gonna mention about Marvel, but we don't need to.
We did talk about Marvel.
We did a little bit.
We did a little.
We
Yeah.
already did.
A little bit, but
Hmm.
wasn't too much.
Sometimes that's all you need.
So yeah, no, I mean, I like to know what everybody's doing. That's it.
We already asked them.
JT, you got any Star Wars you're gonna do?
So tomorrow you're gonna be on my show, Dan.
That's
You're
right.
gonna be my guest. So I've been waiting for a long time. Dan's a
Yes.
very busy man.
Yeah.
So like I've been waiting since I've started my own channel. I've been waiting to have Dan on. He's a very busy man.
I have
So-
to talk to Dan's manager all the time just to get a hold
Yeah.
of him.
Yeah.
So
That's
I'm
his
excited
wife,
to have him
right?
on. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Tomorrow night we'll talk about, Tabitha's been on there. We'll talk about bad graphic design, and
that's right.
I'm starting to do another segment on that show where we discuss a main topic. And to this show, I'm gonna show you, or well, not show you, let you listen to some creepy sounds. You have to guess what they are. So that should be fun.
Sounds fun. Yeah.
Yeah, and then of course there'll be a Bigfoot segment.
Yes.
And so that should be great. And then next week, myself and R2 at the after the weekend, we're going not to go live. We're not going to go live on Monday, but we're going live on Tuesday, and we're doing a special Star Wars version of After the Weekend for Star Wars Podcast Day. So it should be fun.
What is
Nice.
the name of your channel, JT?
Late night with
Okay.
Cap.
Oh, okay. Are you guys
Friend of
gonna
mine.
put the links down in the bottom so I could? I don't know if I have
I
that.
can get it. I can get it.
They're in the description box.
I have
Yeah.
big in the
Okay, there it
bottom
is.
there.
Yeah. Got it.
So it's
We always have fun.
So is yours. So
It's
is
a- it's a
Tony's, so is Ada's,
Non-serious show.
so is
I
Tevin.
am subscribed now.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
There you go.
Yeah, I'll definitely subscribe as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, don't forget to ring that bell too, because if you
Yeah,
don't
I
ring
did.
that bell,
Yeah,
you're
I did.
notified
That's very important.
for tomorrow night.
yeah. Tabitha's been on there. She's
That's
had a good time.
I did. I enjoy
Yeah.
it. One creative person to another. It's always good to.
Who did she pick on when she was there?
You.
On anybody?
I picked on you.
It's always me.
It's always-
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Of course, always.
you, yeah, always. You. No matter what.
Who
where
else?
she
Who
goes.
else on the internet would I pick on besides Whitey?
Tough love.
Hey Tony, you subscribe too? There's one over there
Tony.
for JT.
What's that?
You subscribe for JT?
I'm going to.
Very
I
cool.
can't-
Ado,
I can't get
don't
to it at
try
the
to
moment.
force subscriptions on people. You're like
No,
a
you
salesman.
should.
No, I am. I'm helping out JT. Get to it.
Yeah. I'm like, I think I'm around like 290, 280.
Yeah,
So
to it,
yeah.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good. Good.
I mean,
I try to
maybe
make
Tony
people laugh.
doesn't like JT. Maybe he thinks his beard is obnoxious. You don't know.
No,
Most
yeah,
people do.
that's it. I
That's
can't
right.
stand you, JT. I've
I
talked to you
could
for, you know,
tell.
30
That's it,
minutes.
he
And
said.
I was just gonna call
Look.
it like I saw it.
You could subscribe to me for 3 weeks. If you don't like me, you can just unsubscribe. It's fine. It's no big deal.
Yeah,
Money back guarantee.
yeah.
I don't give any money away, but yeah.
That's what makes you happy.
You get a year's supply of Lubriderm.
I call Whitey.
Now, time for our sponsor.
Good gosh.
Lubriderm.
Intense skin repair for your needs.
Wow.
And then he's spitting on the
Wow. 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 I love that.
Blueberry.
Oh, sweet mother of pearl. That's awesome.
Holy
Wow.
cow.
Who was saying the wow?
Is
that's
JT
me.
saying- Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what's okay. I
Yeah.
Since
thought-
I don't
thought
have beer
somebody was
tonight, I
doing
gotta
the
stay
old-
hydrated. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there you go.
I can't really talk too much anymore.
Well, we did cover all our bases, I think. We had a really great
Yeah,
show.
we did.
Thank you
Yeah,
for
our
being
first
here.
Yeah, it's
Thanks
great.
for having us.
everybody.
Yeah.
And of course, thanks to our wonderful chat. Some have stayed, some have gone, some have brought along a friend with them, as any good audience would. We appreciate
That's
you
right.
hanging out with us as well. Be sure to hit the like button on your way out. And if you're new here and don't know what we do around here, once a month we do the Review Geek Talk Show, where we talk about chapstick, Star Wars,
Geeky
and
stuff.
Lubriderm.
Oh, yeah. Flock
Whatever-
of seagulls,
Flock of
everything.
seagulls,
Yeah.
mustache hair, everything that we want to. But we do go live every Tuesday and Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to do movie reviews, sometimes interviews with folks, Rumble reviews. So you don't want to miss a thing. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything that we've got going on.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it now, brother.
Now. So, well, we good, Dan?
We're good. I think that covered everything.
All right.
Guys.
Peace out, my homies.